Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, creators, developers, and of course, everyone else that's awesome. Spinks here, and it has been a moment. Real life has been real life, as anyone know. But enough of my sunken place. Let's get into what we're going to focus on today. I think my last video I posted was more of a breeze through, and it's good for people that's like me that just want answers on how to use something, not really shown or in-depth guidance. So that's what that was for, but I was like I was going to do a more explanatory tutorial for those that, want something a little bit more in depth than what was offered in the breeze through. So with this, we are going to make something absolutely simple. A water bottle. Okay, and we're going to use both of those techniques to make a water bottle. And first thing we want to do, let me hit my 2 keyboard to get in front camera 5 to make sure we're not in perspective mode. And then we're going to go here to get our reference mesh, and we're going to say for the z-axis. And once that pops up, so now we have our lovely water bottle that we're going to be using as a reference. We're not going to make it exactly, because stuff like this, like if you did want to go on a model, you can use normal maps for getting that look like that. So the first sweep we're going to do is the standard surface sweep, where you need one guide, one profile. And what we have to do is we're going to get in curve mode, and once we get the curve mode, we're going to get this right here. Let's see, 10. Oh, that's kind of loud. I don't even know why it's doing that. And this still things on 3DCoat. That's not big enough for me. I want it to be look like about the width of this. So let's do 200 and 200. I can live with that. So that is our profile. So that's what we're going to name it. Bottle profile. And now hit escape, go back in the curves, and we're going to start from the top of the water bottle. Oops, did I do something wrong? Okay, what is going on? Now, they did just have a recent update to 2022. Okay, that's weird. Anyway, so from the bottom to the top. Okay. All right. So I can deal with that. I don't know if it's, okay, so probably the bar was stopping it from registering, because it's like right there I was trying to get to. Okay, so we have now our bottle guide 1. And what we do then, once we have both of those, we're going to go to, this is something different. By default, it uses the profile one, and we're going to click and say guide and then profile. So you get this right here. Now, as you can see, it isn't giving us what we want. So what we need to do is we're going to add a few points, because let's say about right here, oops, make sure you go into edit, yeah, and we're going to have the guide selected. And what we're going to do right here, you see how it comes, there we go, double click. And I want one around here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. And it tapers in a little bit at the bottom. 4, 5. So let's see, by using this use graph scale, we can then shape this into the water bottle we're trying to get. So how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This we're going to move a little bit closer to here. This we're going to move a little bit closer to there. So let's see if we can get, oh, okay, that's at the bottom. Alrighty. So that's the bottom half of it. Probably because, you know what probably happened is because I started the vertex there and there, so it reversed it. So we're going to look, so that's that, and we want to see how I was pulling it out. Then we're going to pull this part out, right? And what we're going to do, right click to straighten those out. So now that's a little bit straighter. And we want to, okay, we're going to have to add another point because we want it to come like this, right click. But it's still a little bit too wide. This is like if you want a low poly type. Okay, so we got it. So hit OK. And this isn't bad. We got us a decent base. We hit apply. And there go our water bottle using just the surface suite. And like I say, if you make it in low poly models for video games, this would do, because you can use normal maps and shape and stuff like that. So now let's make a new poly group. We're going to say SS1 sample and hit OK. And I'll add a new layer. How about that one? I'm going to name this one SS2 sample 2. Okay, so we already have our guide. Let's hit 2. I don't want to use this guide anymore, but we can keep the profile. Now, with the Surface Suite 2, it's supposed to be going by 2 guides to shape this. So what we're going to do, ooh, I spelled bottle wrong too. Okay, we're going to make us a new curve. And what we're going to do is we're going to start right here. We're not going to start where the caps are. You like start on this side, because when it follows, it's going to cap off with the shape. We're going to go here. We're going to just and we're going to go down to here. We're going to bring it. Like I said, we don't want to cap it, so then hit escape. Trying to get this straightened out. Okay, I could take that. And with this, it's not getting the curve I want. I want this to straighten out some too. To about like, Yeah, right here is good. This I want to straighten out and straighten out that. We could live for like something like this. Okay. And side 1. See if we can just duplicate it so we don't have to try to mirror it. There's some things I'm like, there's like just so much in 3DCoat. It's easy to get lost, and I'm trying to see if there is a way to easily flip it. So what we're going to do, we're going to delete this because basically it's symmetrical. Now if it wasn't symmetrical, you would make another profile on the side, but this is water bottle. It's symmetrical, so we're going to select that, and we are going to look at our symmetry. We're going to set it to X. And then what we're going to do is hit this mirror tool right here. So now we have 2 of them here. We're going to rename this to 2. All right, so we got our 2 guides for it. So now if we go to Surface Suite 2, we give them side 1, side 2, and the bottle profile. And as you can see here, let's rotate it. We have the same thing going on. The one thing I'm curious about is, you know, how it doesn't tuck in the way we said. Let me save first. Save save. And we got this by making the profiles. They do give you scale factor, and you can play around with it. Oh, I hate when it does that. Let's see. It seems like it doesn't. Oh, is that a bug? Why does it keep doing that? I don't see any difference, so I'm going to cancel that, leave it alone. It looked like that scale worked better for the other water bottle. And this isn't bad. We have our self. Let me bring. That's what it is. As you can see, when I added the spans, now it's starting to go in. Let's do 15. It still doesn't do it exactly, but it's way better. 2 there. That's better. And we're going to hit apply mesh. And now we have another water bottle where you can start off as a base for making it for whatever you want. You know, so let's hide. This one I forgot to tell it the cap, the bottom and the top. Oh, it says to cap it. Yeah, it says to cap it. That's very interesting. Like I say, I just recently updated because they did an update, so that could be a bug thing because it's supposed to cap like the other one. So let me get out of vertex mode for a second, and hi. That was not what I was trying to go for. Let me turn my symmetry off too. Okay, no symmetry. Thank you. Is he doing it? It seemed like they both kind of work out kind of the same in results. I'm trying to So one with the 2-path water bottle, or one using the surface, the scale graph for the surface suite. So like I said, this was something to be a little bit quick, but to give you an idea and you actually see it in action and comparing the two to see which would best work for what you are trying to model. I am waiting for iClone 8. I'm very excited. I do have other projects I'm supposed to be working on, but I'm going to try to figure out these other tools as well, and then I'll make something guiding you just like with this one to give you an idea of how to work with it in 3DCoat, because 3DCoat is quite awesome, but there is like just so much in this software. But until next time, happy creating.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night.